You are watching the Heroes for Hire Comic Club, only on YouTube. Armageddon is here. Hello, true believers. Welcome to another video here on Heroes for Hire Comic Club. I'm trying to do my David Caruso CSI Miami impersonation. Anyway, with limited success, right? Well, like I said, Armageddon is here.
I'm gonna have to break that promise.
Armageddon, not that Armageddon. Avengers Armageddon is here. They had the new Free Comic Day book that came out. It was a preview. So we got a few pages here of it right here, you see. Pretty cool. I like the artwork so far. And it's like we got something going on where it's like it resets when I guess something goes wrong. I don't know what's going on. We get a little preview. There's a little confrontation with Reed Richards. You see Red Hulk talking to the UN or something, the United Nations, and a little confrontation with Steve Rogers, who he's got in prison. So a lot of stuff going on. It looks like one of the big bads. It might be just one. Red Hulk will be involved in this. Of course, Wolverine will be involved in it. A lot of interesting people. There's some cool covers to choose from. We'll get into the covers here in a minute. But I want to give a shout out to my a guy I know, West Coast Avengers. He's got a podcast called Direct Edition. He's got two different pages, Direct Edition, and he's got West Coast Avengers. Well, on Direct Edition, he just interviewed Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. And I thought Zdarsky had some interesting things to say about this whole thing and how Armageddon came about. So I thought we'd play that clip right now for you, and then we'll go on.
Till
What do you
2027, right?
You talk about the other thing, right?
What's that?
Armageddon. Tell me about Armageddon.
What, the Avengers Armageddon?
Yeah.
The hot event for the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all
That's
I can
it?
say, really. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because there's a thing that I
What do you know? What do you think you know?
you told me. You sent me a picture.
Yeah, I've been Marvel's been putting out my teasers.
Yeah, those
online,
teasers are
those
fantastic.
red and black ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of a story that kind of I cooked up coming out of Captain America, and it felt big enough that we kind of had to involve more characters. And Marvel was like, "All right, yeah, we'll give you the space to do this." And yeah, so it's become this.
Chum, I just texted you what
I saw, and yeah, we can't talk
That's
about
not
that.
it. Okay, cool.
Can't
It's
talk
not
about
that.
it.
It's not the thing.
No,
All right,
no,
then
definitely not that.
I'm going to save all my questions.
Definitely not that.
I'll save my questions for another podcast.
But yeah, it's just kind of this big kind of summer blockbustery story with incredibly cool twists that I'm very excited for people to see. Issue 4 is going to be one of those ones where people are like, "Oh, holy shit, that's fun." Yeah, I just kind of wanted to hit the feeling of like the big event with actual emotional stakes, not just oh, there's 1 million aliens and they have to fight 1 million aliens. Like,
Right.
kind
And
of
then it goes
seen
back
that
to normal as soon as it's over.
Yeah, I wanted the characters to kind of change and evolve through it, and for things to feel different on the other end, which I think Marvel gets right a bunch of the times, and they definitely did a lot kind of during Matt's time there with Bendis.
Yeah.
With those kind of events that kind of like create a kind of a new landscape.
Fear itself.
Yeah, like Dark Avengers stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that sort of that Dark Avengers through Dark Reign, the like that whole to the heroic age. Like there was a tone in it. Like that felt things were clicking. Like that was the best. Those were the best kind of times where everybody was kind of marching, and I think it kind of even started in Civil War where like suddenly Greg Pak has made World War Hulk, and that's become a whole and it was a very yes Andy time for.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, I think I'm trying to bring that kind of that feeling back to Marvel. Like I've got.
No, there you go. Well, there you go. That's what I was talking about. Very interested in points made there by Chip when he's talking about how he's trying to bring that kind of event back to Marvel. And I'm gonna get the sense that maybe this is not going to be a lot of connection to like a bunch of add-ons. I'm hoping I'm hoping it's just like kind of straightforward. I know Captain America is involved in this, and they've been counting down every month. It's like 5 months to Armageddon, 4 months to Armageddon, 3. So he came up with this idea when he was doing Captain America, and then Marvel told him to run with it. So I think that's great that they gave him the freedom to do this, and maybe it might be a big thing. I'm hoping it's going to be a pretty good little event, a mini event maybe, and might have some overarching changes inside the Marvel universe. I know some people have been wanting that. Maybe this is it could be the catalyst, or it could just be another flop. But I mean, I do have confidence that we have Chip Zdarsky is the head of the creative team on this. Now we'll show you some of the covers, and then we'll do a deep dive on to the creative team, and we'll go on League of Comics and see what some of the other comic book fans are talking about. And there might be a few people maybe a little bit gun shy with Marvel right now, understandably. So we have Avengers Armageddon. There's cover A. We have a Jenny Prison variant, and there's also a 1 in 100 Virgin variant by Prison. And we also have an Alex Ross Marvel Dimensions variant. That's going to be definitely one I get. We got a Jerome Opina variant. We got a Chip Zdarsky promo variant, they call it. It says Witness the Origin of the End. So it's intriguing a little bit. We have a Coriander's foil variant. That's kind of cool. We have a Shiseido spoiler variant. It'll be interesting to see what's on that. We have a Magic The Gathering Ryan Stegman variant cover. And finally, to round it out, we have a Scotty Young cover with Red Hulk on it. And you see Red Hulk is kind of adorned in this like kind of 1930-ish German uniform. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that. And he's rampaging at the first of it. This is from the free comic book day book I had. See, and he's decimated the Avengers. And so you get like a 5-page preview in this right here, which is really interesting. I really like that they did that. And I don't know, but they're saying this is going to have some impact. But they say that a lot, so they may not be. People are kind of gun shy and kind of skeptical when it comes to Marvel these days. And, I understand that. So we're going to look at it a little bit on League of Comic Geeks here and see what it says. Okay. So here we go. There we go. It's up. We got Avengers Armageddon #1. Armageddon has arrived. Red Hulk's devastating terror across the globe must be stopped. But will it take a colossal gathering of Earth's mightiest heroes to do it? Calling in the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Wolverine, and more. But who will survive this superpowered cataclysm? There will be pre-Armageddon Marvel Universe and post-Armageddon Marvel Universe. Be here to bear witness to the transformation. And we got the creative team is, of course, writer Chip Zdarsky. He's the head of the team. Artist Delio Diaz. And another artist, Frank Alpizar. Letter Corey Pettit. And editor Will Moss. Cover artist is Dick Rand for cover A. And we have the cover colors is Marino Denizio. And of course, editor-in-chief is C.B. Cebulski. And we look at some of the cast of characters here. We got Steve Rogers, Red Hulk, Thaddeus Ross, Black Panther, T'Challa. We got David Colton, Captain America, who was introduced in the Captain America, the new Captain America Zdarsky thing. So we got 3 Captain Americans. We've got Sam Wilson here too, Carol Danvers, Johnny Storm, Sue Storm Richards, Tony Stark, Reed Richards, Miles Morales, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Submariner, The Thing, Vision, Winter Soldier, and Wolverine. And let's see here. We got Comic Supreme says, quote, but who will survive this superpowered cataclysm? And he goes, question mark, everyone? So we got a little sarcasm from Comic Supreme. And then we got Pizza Time, who's kind of a smart aleck like me. He said, I can't wait to finally get some old drilling astronauts in the Marvel Universe. Of course, that's a reference to the 1998 film Armageddon, starring Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck. Let's see here. Zero Fusion said, this is just Civil War 3 in disguise. I will die on this hill cold alone. I put this in a few threads, but now that this is here, I want to submit it for real. Well, it's been submitted to you. It's going to be on YouTube now. So if it's not, we're going to come back and visit this and go, hey, you were wrong. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Interesting comment, though. They could be right. It could be. I don't know. And then we got Ness says, this better shake up and end some things like it keeps promising. So I'm too, because I'm kind of bored. I can't promise I'll like what it does, but I want to see it. You know what? That's a fair point. And we have somebody else bringing the price up, so I guess they're upset. I understand why they'd be upset. $6 for 32 pages? Looks like I won't be pulling this, even with Wolverine in it. It won't work. It won't work. That's just too much. When you're pulling so many books already, I'd rather pay $5 for 28 pages. Okay, I can see that. We got a few budget constraints when you're collecting. We got Captain Rogers says, probably the different Captain Rogers. Interested in seeing Sam Cap, definitely not the Captain America in the teaser poster. And by the way, Zdarsky already said Red Hulk isn't the only problem they'll face. There's something else happening besides him going on a rampage. Now, where's my boy Steve? Well, Captain Rogers may not have seen the pre-comic book day preview. Steve is alive and well, and he's in this book, and he's deeply involved in it. So we're going to have 3 Captain Americas. Hey, I'm a Captain America fan, so 3 Captain Americas in one book? Sign me up now. And then we have Phoenix 4 is saying the way this was announced at A, at the same time as Queen in Black, and B, while DC announced a bunch of stuff, actually screws it over. Holy moly. I don't know if that's true, but, we'll see. We'll see. We got more people play at the price. Then we got somebody with a real negative review. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, I loved all things Marvel, but these days I struggle to find a single Marvel title that excites me. Still love the characters, but the stories are ho-hum. I have really enjoyed the DC Absolute stories. I feel like they offer a nice spin on the old characters, but the villains seem to be way more interesting than those in Marvel at the moment. Yeah, well, he's probably right. But like one thing I will say about Absolute, they're just reworking of original villains. So, and somebody's not a real fan of it. But anyway, it's World War Hulk. It's World War Red Hulk. And this one says, I know there's zero expectations for Marvel events these days, but I just want this to land. I haven't read an event that had juice since the AXE Axe Judgment Day. Blood Hunt was just ended up being a dud. Please, Zdarsky, let me have some fun with my cape shit event. Hey, I like that. Okay, so we got some, mixed people there on this thing. So they, I don't know. I think it could be interesting. I'm kind of, I got a lot of high hopes for this. If it's a letdown, it's a letdown. There's nothing we can do about that. But at this point, as Marvel fans, we're kind of used to it sometimes with these big events here as of late. But I will say that I did like when Zdarsky wrote Avengers Twilight about 2 years ago. It was an amazing story. And Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run was pretty epic. And I thought he did pretty good on Batman when he was at DC. But I'm glad he's back at Marvel. We need some more talented writers at Marvel. We have a few like Jonathan Hickman and Jed McKay. I've been holding it down, and Gail Simone still doing her thing. But to mixed results, like what some people would say with her. But, Chip's usually got a pretty good record when it comes to writing pretty cool stuff. And I really like what he had to say on Direct Edition Podcast. I have a link to all the that podcast episode and West Coast Avengers page. So shout out to Dave for giving me permission to use that footage from his show. But until next time, true believers, Excelsior.
Oh, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies.